Similar experience for me in that my childhood home was very haunted, but after moving out of that place, I have had virtually no paranormal experiences at all. None for at least a good 15 years now. Some of the things that happened at that house: old man ghost walking down the corridor, was seen by at least 5 people including myself over the years. Crying baby ghost in a bedroom, heard by many but never seen. Distressed lady in a nightgown holding a crying baby at the top of the landing, seen by one of my brother's friends. Shadow of a lady in a nightgown whisking past the landing. Ghost of a lady in a nightgown in the garden in the early hours. Strange lights in the cellar. Got pushed down the cellar stairs by nobody. The rustle and swish of garments and the sound of footsteps as somebody wandered around the house at night, heard by many to the present day, including my brother's girlfriend, who has since refused to ever spend a night at the house again. General gripping sense of unexplainable dread and terror sometimes as you enter some rooms. Dogs apparently seeing ghosts and getting very upset by them, growling, barking, and then shaking. Unexplained smells, rooms suddenly flooded with the scent of strong perfume, which then disappears without trace. Chairs and other furniture sometimes being moved around at night. The sound of a car dramatically pulling up in the gravel driveway at night, only for no car to be seen. One time my nanny, a strict no-known NC East Side former GDR German lady, was standing by my bedroom window when it happened, and she peeked through the curtains to see who it was, and I saw her freeze. When I asked her what she had seen, she turned her face to me, and she looked totally terrified, white as a sheet, and refused to tell me what she had seen. One time I was by the window myself when it happened, and I saw what I swear was my father's car sitting there in the driveway, but my dad had died many years ago, and there was no one in the car. And when I stepped away from the window for a moment and looked back, the car was gone. Saw some sort of entity in a field at night, which completely freaked the dogs, 2 guard dogs I was walking, out. The creature was following us and was not afraid of us, and had eyes like nothing that I seen before. I wondered if I saw a big escaped cat like a panther, but I had no idea. It certainly terrified the dogs though. I live in England, and months later my brother got stalked by the same animal along the same stretch of tracks at night and had to run back home, etc. Also, while paranormal activity in the house would sometimes go through very quiet periods, if you altered anything about the house's structure or appearance, it would upset the ghosts a lot and send paranormal activity through the roof. The worst time was when my mom wanted to do a load of extension work to the house. Lots of knocking through walls. We found some pretty freaky stuff, lots of old superstitious witchcraft stuff, such as the remains of sacrificed cats in bricked up walls and fireplaces, left shoes buried under door frames, apparently stops evil setting afoot in a house, pagan/Christian carpentry marks, the interlocking, double V symbols of the Virgin Mary, etc. There was also a lot of evidence of witchcraft in the broader area. Once even found a silver bullet when I was a kid that was at least a few hundred years old, which was very rural and isolated. Scattered tiny villages, loads of farmland, very agricultural-based economies even at the turn of the 20th century. Virtually no light pollution at night. Many people living alone by themselves or in small families on isolated farms. The paranormal activity scared me a lot, but my mom was for the most part pretty brave in the face of it. Her policy was largely just to ignore it. I was told a few chants to tell ghosts to get them to calm down if things got bad. But every now and then things would get very bad in the house, and so the local vicar would be called in to perform an exorcism. Quite something to see in real life. Vicar wore special regalia and brought apprentices with him, lots of special prayers, shaking around of holy water and incense, etc. But while the exorcisms always put a stop to the paranormal activity, it only ever worked as a temporary fix. The most it ever did was stop it for about 3 years. I was so glad, for these reasons and more, when I managed to move out of that house, and there is literally no amount of money you pay me to spend a night there by myself.